Hey, welcome back everybody. Now it's time for the new build on the channel, aka the TrackVette introduction. As you see behind me, I have AES, another yellow Z06. It's a 2006, exact same car I already have, but different kind of build intentions with this one. A little backstory, I'm always on Facebook Marketplace. I'm always on there. And there was a gentleman who posted factory C6Z parts for sale, interior, exterior, whatever. Just so happens they were yellow, and I already have one. So I figured I would save them. The reason I wasn't really that interested right away is he was in Virginia Beach, which is about 5 to 6 hours from me, depending on traffic and exactly where he's at. So I saved him. He had a factory hood he was trying to sell. There was a bunch of interior pieces he was trying to sell, carpet, stuff like that. And just so happens, a month or two later, he posted on one of his C6 pages about selling the car that is behind me. Well, sort of a tricky situation with that is it was on jack stands. The only thing in the car was the cradles, the short block torque tube transmission. There was no suspension, the interior's gutted, there's pieces and parts everywhere. So he wanted to sell it, he didn't want to part it out, and he figured it would take a special person to buy this car, put it back together, build it, do whatever they wanted with it. Well, we got to talking, I commented on it and I said, hey, if you want to come up with a price, just shoot me a message and we'll see where we're at. So he came up with a price, shot me a message, and we were close. Now, he had a lot more parts on the car for the car than I wanted. He had a set of wheels, had a carbon fiber hood, he had AMT drop spindles. Now, granted, I love those parts, except for the hood. I'm not the biggest fan of the carbon hood. I like factory hood. But that took a chunk of change off the price because those parts were very expensive parts. So I made a counter offer, and he decided to accept it. And he's like, hey, you got to come down here. What's your plan for this? So we talked for about roughly a week on Facebook, back and forth. And then we ended up exchanging phone numbers, and we texted and called a couple times, and he accepted my offer and felt like I was the guy. Well, I am. I got the time, the space. I tore my other one apart. I got the knowledge. I'm not the most knowledgeable person on these cars, but I got enough to get myself in trouble and get myself out of that trouble. So we made an offer. He accepted it, and then I game planned with my buddies. We have a group chat, and we're always sending car stuff, so we're always talking, and I said, hey, look, I want to buy this car. Well, immediately, they're like, let's do it. Tyler offered to help. Colin, everybody offered to help. So we're like, all right, this is going to go a little easier than I thought. So we got a game plan together. Tyler was going to bring his truck and trailer down. I had my truck and trailer, and we were going to go down, assemble what suspension we could to get the car on the trailer. The best, Tyler has a winch. I do not have a winch on my trailer, but Tyler has a winch that we could have used if needed. But I had a feeling with the people that were going down, and once we got it rolling, if we could get it rolling on either dollies or the wheels and tires, then we were good to go. So we set it up for a Saturday. We got the crew here. I got my truck loaded, ready to go. We left the shop at 3:30 in the morning. Great day, amazing day, long day. We left here, like I said, 3:30 in the morning, and we headed south. Didn't really hit much traffic. We made decent time down. We got to the gentleman's house about 10 o'clock. He gave us the tour. We looked it over, and I said, yeah, I knew right then and there. As soon as I saw it, I was like, it's mine. I got to buy this. This is perfect, exactly what I wanted. So we did the logistics, paperwork, money, and all that shenanigans, and then we started putting it together. I had to put the leaf springs in the car, then we had to put upper and lower control arms and knuckles, all four corners. Then we slapped rotors on it, and we threw the factory wheels and tires from my other car that I had laying on the side on the car just to get it mobile. Well, his driveway is not pavement. It was like this fancy cobblestone stuff, so it made it a little difficult. Threw a curveball at us. We ended up getting the car on the ground on dollies I have and from Harbor Freight, and we rolled it out. Actually, it worked perfectly. Rolled right out of his garage. There was a little bit of a lip, but we got it over slowly. We got it into his driveway, and we had to make a 90-degree turn to the right. We started making this turn. Everything was going great, and then all of a sudden, one of the dollies kind of got stuck, like kicked out. But it worked out because the car was, 90% turned. So we ended up jacking the car up, got all the dollies out, sat it down on the tires. We rolled it out to his driveway, and then we had to make another 90-degree left-hand turn. We did like a 3-point turn in the road, and we pushed it right up on the trailer. It was perfect. Couldn't went any easier. It was great. I loved it. So we got everything loaded up, got the parts loaded up. It was about 1 o'clock and we hit the road to come home. We stopped, got some lunch, and this is where the worst part of the trip happened. We had a bunch of traffic on the way home. So by the time we got home, got the truck and trailer backed in, and then since everybody was here, they're like, let's just do it. So we rolled it off the trailer, and then we left. It was like 10:30 at night. So long, tiring day, but it was fun. We had a blast the entire time, running 2 trucks, 2 trailers. We had walkie-talkies, so we were joking, back and forth, talking the whole time. So it was a great trip. If I had to do something like that again, I might have tried to make a weekend out of it and not go down and back as far, but it was still fun. I mean, it's a story we'll tell when we're older. We'll talk about it for the rest of the time. Hey, remember that time I went and picked up the car? So it was a blast, but I don't think I would do it that way again. But to further ado, here's the new build. I'm calling it the TrackVette. So here we have it. 2006 Z06 yellow. Has, I think it's just over 51,000 miles on it. I am the 3rd owner. The first owner was a really good friend of the gentleman that I bought it off of. He owned it since new. He bought it brand new, obviously, because he was the first owner. But he bought it, and then he ended up selling it to the gentleman I bought it from April of last year. That gentleman drove it for like, I don't know, it was like 200 miles. And then he started tearing into it. His vision was a TrackVette. He had a couple C5s, a couple C8s, and he wanted to do it. And this gentleman, from getting all the parts the way they're labeled and his spreadsheet he sent me, was very particular about everything, which was another reason I was happy to make this purchase in pieces. The way things are labeled, the harness is labeled, there's tape everywhere for body panels to be lined up and all this. He scrubbed the interior after he removed all the carpet and the plastic off the car from the interior. He scrubbed the entire interior, cleaned up everything. It just made me feel so much better about buying a car in pieces from this gentleman. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to finish his build my way, obviously, because I don't know exactly what he wanted to do. But he kind of was on the buy once, cry once type. He was doing coilovers, Del Rim bushings. He was going to send the rack out to, I think, turn 1, I think it's called, for their quick ratio, aftermarket coolers. He was talking about moving the diff coolers and the tranny cooler into the rear quarters like the C7s do. And then he was going to have coolers in the corner, and he had pieces for the fog lights that you can either block the fog lights off or you can have ducts in them to send air through. This guy had thought of everything. There was pieces out there I didn't even know existed. Don't think I'm going to go that far. I'm going to make it run and drive again with the parts I have. I'm going to need brakes. I'm going to upgrade some things. But this is a new world to me. I drive my car fun, the other one, the street one, for fun on the street, in a straight line. I know how to handle it a little bit. But when it comes to braking and turning and going fast around corners and all that, this is a whole new world to me. I have 2 friends, Matt and Tyler, that do it. A guy I work with, Justin, that does it. They've been talking to me, putting the bug in my ear. Let's do it. Well, I care about the other car too much, and I always said, hey, find another car. I will do it. So I found the car. It felt right. The price was right. Just everything, the stars aligned. So I bought the car. As you can see, it's got track spec vents in the hood. This hood's actually mine. It's a factory hood I bought off Facebook Marketplace. I actually got the vents there too. I cut them, started assembling it. It's not finalized yet. I was going to put it on the street car, but obviously now it's going on the track car. I still have a factory hood for this that is uncut. It's up in storage, safe and out of the way. I don't know what I'll ever do with it. If I'll just keep it for a rainy day or if some stupid accident happens. The bumper's not on the car. I do have the bumper. I do have a complete body panels for the car. The roof's missing, as you'll see. I took that off to test fit these seats. And first of all, having the removable roof, whether it's a Target top or a Z06, where you can take the headliner down and unbolt it and take it out to put these seats in and out, is amazing. But we'll get to that later. He sold the factory oil cooler, so I don't have that. So I got to decide if I want to make some fancy coolers, buy improved racing, G-Speed, something. I don't know yet. I might just buy a factory cooler and throw it back on. They don't make them anymore. They're hard to find, so it depends on that. Maybe I'll just spend the money now to buy the parts that are new and get it over with instead of spending a couple $100 on something that's used and hope for the best, that it doesn't leak or something. But I don't know. I got a lot of planning. Not only is this going to be a time-consuming build, physically, hands-on, it's going to be time-consuming mentally. I got to figure out what I want to do. I'm sure I'm going to put parts on this car and they're gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna part them all and take them off, put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off. To touch base on the seats, I've had to take those seats in and out about 17 times, and I'm gonna have to take them in and out more because I put them in to get them started, and then you'll see, you know, I'll get into that in my next video. That's where I'm starting with the interior. I'm gonna get the interior probably 90% done, maybe even 100% done, and then it will be over there on the lift, and the powertrain will be pulled out, and then we're gonna go over everything, get it running and driving, and then hopefully goal April of next year, Pocono, Tyler and Matt always go. Maybe I can get some street miles on it, end of March, April. That'll make me feel better. And then get like some shakedown on the street, and then take her to Pocono in April with them. And join the old novice class and see what I can do, see what the car do. Obviously the car can handle it. These cars can handle it. It's me I'm worried about, but we'll get over that. So let's get into the engine here. There's not much engine left. It's in pieces. There's nothing in here. Cooling system's gone. Everything's gone. The only reason the rack's in the car is because we put it in there to get it on the trailer to make it easier. But you can see LS7 short block, stock bottom end. I mean, I think when it was originally built, so I did skip that part. 2016, the gentleman that owned it first had it at Virginia Speed, and they did a heads cam. It's got K-Tech Torquer cam, AI 280 heads. It had long tubes, catted X pipe. Has a fast M102 intake. There's a throttle body on it. Not exactly sure the brand. Has injectors. Looks like they put an ATI balancer on it. I think it's just like your basic LS7 Z06 heads cam build. Made 555 wheel. They put brakes on it. They like changed every fluid the car had. So they not only did they build the car, but they did a maintenance on the car, which was nice to see. I have the original paperwork, the original receipt, the original dyno sheet. Probably what's gonna happen is I'm going to the gentleman took the heads off, he had them refreshed. He had them checked, everything, even though they're aftermarket and they're supposed to be the heads fixed, you know, with these dropping the valves. He decided to have them refreshed, and he threw valve springs in them. So it's got Brian Tooley Racing 660 springs in it now. I'm pretty sure it's what it had before, but it had like 20,000 miles on the springs, and the guy's like, they're off, I'm redoing them. So I'll probably swap out lifters just for peace of mind. I mean, why not? I'm here. Get it done right and get it over with. So I'll probably throw a new set of lifters in it, clean it up, head gaskets, obviously, put the heads back on. Oh, he did say the oil pan gasket was leaking. So when I pull the powertrain out, it'll be thrown on a engine stand and flipped over, and I'll reseal it all and do that and put the engine back together. He's got AMT solid motor mounts that came with the car. They will go on. I will be buying the diff mounts for the car. I have catless X pipe that'll probably go on the car. I'm trying to think what else here. But pretty much it's going to be a heads cam car. My goal is to hit 600. My other car makes 630. It's a blast to drive. This car's going to be lighter with interior deletes and other stuff that's going to be lighter. So 600 horsepower, it's still going to be a hell of a car to handle for me. So I'm going to rebuild the torque tube, put solid, I don't know if I'll go one piece or put solid couplers in it, new bearings. Apparently the clutch is like some center force clutch, like twin or triple disc. I don't know exactly, and neither did the gentleman I bought it from, but he said his friend had a clutch put in it, didn't really care for it, so a couple hundred miles later they put this in it, so I'm going to inspect it. If I don't like it, don't think it's going to work, I'll send it, I'll just take it, put it away for storage. I don't know, I'll probably put a new one in it. I actually do have a SK Monster twin disc that I put in my other car. I ordered the wrong one the first time, and apparently the one I ordered was non-returnable because it was an 8-bolt flywheel, which is apparently considered special order. So I have a brand new SK clutch in my parts room that I can't use, but I got a hold of Monster and I said, hey, this is what's going on. I've had the clutch for almost a year now. It's like $800 to send it back and have them put a new 6-bolt for the LS7 and rebalance everything. Does that stink? Because yeah, but if I send the clutch back, plus I got it on Black Friday sales from Tick Performance, and I'm a Tick member, so I got discount there. It might work out to I only spend a couple $100 more than an actual clutch. It is what it is. I'll just deal with it and move on. And that way I can use it instead of sitting on a shelf. But I'm not sure. I might offer it to Michaela if she needs it for hers. We don't know. But I don't want to put a clutch in it, but if I have to, I will. But yeah, we're just gonna go over the car. Every nut and bolt, coolers, I'm gonna make it work right. It came with, as you can see, sort of OMP, WRC seats. They're XLs, so they're being a little tricky to fit in the car. You will see on my interior video, which I plan on doing an interior video next, maybe the next couple videos, depending how long it takes, making these seats fit. The driver's seat fits way better, passenger seat not so much, but it's the way that the tunnel's shaped in the middle there. It like pushes the seat over more on the passenger side towards the door than the driver's side. It's just weird, I don't know. It's a pain in the butt, but Sparco wheel, OMP quick release, energy hub. He did some fancy trim around the radio, put an aftermarket radio in it, MGW shifter, T-Mod extended handle, Bray harness bar back there. I mean, it's just pretty much your typical C6 Z06, and we're just putting a bunch of parts on it. But I wanted to do an update video with this car and just tell you about it. I don't want to go too much into detail, because if I go into too much detail now, then what my next video is going to be about. So I think I'm just going to end it off here. I gave you a basic idea. It's going to be your basic heads cam LS7 car with some drivetrain goodies, make it solid, some suspension goodies, and then make it safe. Fire extinguisher, harnesses, seats. I still probably keep heat and AC because I want to drive it on the street. A bunch of aero. I like cars with a lot of aero. Big wing. I'm looking at the 9 Lives Racing 74-inch wing. So it's pretty much it. Just a basic rundown. It's a new project, so probably the next a lot of videos will be this car. If I have to fix Michaela's, there'll be some of that in there. Maybe some other stuff along the way, but this is the build series, and this is not day one technically, but day one for you guys, because I've owned the car for 2 weeks now, and this is the first video I'm making, so we'll just go with that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and remember, let's get to work. Have a good one.